My 23M fiance, 22F, of nearly 2 years was guarding her phone and changing lock codes often. I asked her to see her phone, and first off, I feel like I should foreshadow, just to give a clear description of my situation. Apologies. My fiancé and I have been in a relationship for nearly 2 years with no fights or arguments to speak of. We now live together in an apartment in a nice town. We've always been honest and gotten along like a good couple should. However, recently, I've noticed a change in her habits. She's been going to her sister's house that she hasn't hung out with in the whole time we have been together a lot, without inviting me along no matter how much I ask. One night she was there and got silly and stayed there. I offered to come get her and she said no. One night she didn't respond to my text for 4 hours. 2 a.m. rolls around and I'm getting worried. I call and she says that her sister and her husband had been fighting. I ask what about and she immediately snaps back at me with why do you even care? It felt like to me she didn't expect me to ask that question, so she was stalling. As a whole, she won't text me back while she's out or even acknowledge that it's bothered me that she has been ignoring me. While she is home, she is shady with her phone. Sleeping with it, putting it under her when we cuddle, turning it over to where I can't see if she gets texts, and changed her unlock codes 3 to 4 times. Now before you say I went snooping, I did not. I know she has changed them by seeing her type in different codes periodically. I see texts from a guy, we will call him DJ, whom she met at her sister's wedding. Said he was just a cool guy. I wrote it off for a day or two but couldn't shake that gut feeling that something was wrong. I researched via Facebook who this guy was just to put a name to a face. I got out of a meeting one day and didn't have to work till late. I asked her where she was and she was being vague and said she was at work getting her check. I decided to take the long way home on my motorcycle to blow off some stress and I see her car, the car I gave her, at the mall. Not getting her check where she works. I drop in and look around for her. She's not answering my calls or texts and I start getting suspicious. While she was MIA, I see DJ walk in one entrance of the mall. We lock eyes, immediately pulls out his phone to do the whole act like I'm texting to not draw attention thing. Makes a loop and goes directly to his vehicle and leaves. She shows up a little after he leaves and acts as if I'm crazy when I said that I saw her buddy DJ come and go very quickly after seeing me. A few more days pass and it's all the same. I've had it at this point. I haven't been sleeping, or eating. It's physically getting the best of me. The anxiety is too much to bear. I respectfully ask to see her phone and she does the classic get defensive and turn it around on me deal. I get her phone, yet I see no texts from DJ. I'm more furious now because she's taking me for a fool and I eventually get her to confess that DJ likes me and I have been texting him. He compliments telling me that I'm gorgeous, and he's just nice. I told him we were never going to be more than friends though. But we all know that not all guys settle for that, so they continue to wiggle their way between two people in a relationship. It happens. It was happening to us. She also admitted to a few other times she had lied to me. I have no clue why she needs input like that from someone she just met. I tell her that she's beautiful and pretty and that I love her every day. I asked her why she would hide something so simple from me and she said she knew I'd be upset. I responded with asking if she cheated, had kissed him, touched him, anything. She said no. At this point I feel a little better knowing that I was right about what was happening, but not really because she deleted the texts. I have no clue what was said between them now. No clue what happened. We argue about it for a while, she almost leaves, but comes back to patch things up and figure it out. I told her I'd be willing to work past this if she told DJ they weren't to talk anymore. She said she can do this for me. I ask her to do it while I'm there so I can get closure on the situation. She agrees. Next morning I wake up and ask about it and she says I already took care of it. And offered nothing more than that. She deliberately didn't do what I asked. I had asked off that day, Halloween, to spend with her. She had a tattoo appointment, so we went to do that, But before we went into the shop, I asked her where she found out about the band we were listening to, and she quickly responds with, "Why do you care?" in an angry tone. Just like when her sister was fighting with her husband that night. Made the whole rest of the time I was in the shop unbearable, and I didn't want to be there. I don't know guys, but I can't take any more of this poop. Where I've been mentally is somewhere I don't want anyone to be. Totally in the dark at all times. I love her so much, but it's not worth what I'm going through. I made her leave last night. I told her to stay gone for few days. I took her ring, and if it doesn't pan out, I'm pretty sure I'm taking the car back too. Too long, didn't tread. My suspicions of the fiancé were right, and even after being caught in it, she still has no respect for me. Update: I've packed all of her things and left a note of expectations of things to be done and arrangements to be made just in case she gets home before I do, if she even comes home. I let her know that I gave her ample opportunity to fix this, but I'll no longer be in a relationship with someone who no longer respects me enough to give me peace of mind and the whole truth. Thank you all so much for the input. It seriously helped me make a decision. Whether my decision was the right one or not, well, I don't know. I'm just so tired. What do you guys think? Update 2, I apologize for the long response. I bagged up her belongings before I headed to work. I got home before she did, removed the note, and prepared a text in its stead. It reads, "Thinking on it today, it's clear to me that you don't care how I feel. If you did, you would have given me closure on the situation with DJ. In a situation like this, I needed complete transparency from you. You would have deleted him from Facebook and Instagram, lost his number, and called him when I was around. You deliberately did the opposite. The fact that I'm not going to explain myself because I don't have to, alone shows that you don't love me or care if I am reassured. When you've lost someone's trust, you owe them every answer to everything they want to know. Your inability to do this shows me that you have no problem lying to me, and you'll do it again. It shows me that you deserve not to be trusted. I'm not being in a relationship, let alone plan to spend the rest of my life with a person I have doubt in. No matter how much this hurts me, because it hurts a hell of a lot more than I'm showing. If you have anything to say to me right now that might turn this around, you need to do it now. Otherwise, I'm here to let you know that I'm at my end. I am done with this. Be single. I'm not holding you here. In fact, all of your things are in bags. I never wanted this to happen, but we are about to lose everything this relationship was. Now where do you stand? I shouldn't have even given you a second chance to prove yourself, let alone a third and final. You have a choice to make. Think on it. Because I have nothing left to say. I can't make this better anymore. I'm not a doormat and I won't be treated wrongly anymore. I deserve more than the lies and the anxiety. She responds with, "If that's how you feel, I really don't know what I can say to turn it around, but I'm sorry I hurt you. I love you, name, and I never meant to hurt you. I know I don't know what I was thinking and I never expected any of this. I don't know what I expected, but it doesn't really matter now. I don't know how I can ever gain your trust back, and even if I do, there's always gonna be that small doubt in your mind, and I'll never be able to change that. Now is what I feel like. I'm so sorry." I respond with, "You never expected any of this? This was to be expected of all things. This is the outcome of dishonesty. Whenever you learn to love someone, remember this time. Remember to be honest with them, because when two people are in love, every action you make involves them. I hate that it was me. Why did this happen to me? It hurts so much. I've never loved someone like I have you. That's all I did was love you. This is why I don't understand what happened. She hasn't shown up yet. I haven't gotten the car or the house keys back yet."
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
You did the right thing for you, and that is what matters. This whole situation has been stressing you out and she did nothing to help you trust her. She doesn't care anymore, and you know it. Instead of wasting more of your life on her, you made the tough choice and ended it. Good for you. I, 32 meters, suspected my GF of year and a half, 24F, of cheating. then get a message from the suspected guy confessing. This guy is one of her old co-workers that she started running with a few months ago. I am not a runner and this is something I often feel like she resents about me. I'm happy to do physical things with her, but running isn't one of them. She claims he began to like her and wanted her to end things with me. She says she denied him and that's why he is sabotaging our relationship. Who do I trust? I want to believe her so bad. I had a gut feeling back in October when they first started hanging out. He messaged me a few days ago and said once he figured out she lied about breaking up with me, he said no more. He said if he were being cheated on, he'd want to know. Cheating was always the worst outcome for me. I always said if you get that urge to stray, call me up and dump me now. Please love me enough to not lie. I am so hurt and angry that she put herself and our relationship in this position. I know our age gap is a concern but we always just complimented each other very well. We haven't broke up yet but we have been taking some time apart. I know him all over the place and will never know the truth. I just want to hear from people in similar situations where you need to decide to trust a stranger who has a reason to perhaps sabotage a relationship or the girl you've been in love with for a year plus even though you have had a bad feeling about her faithfulness. There are a lot more details but I just need some support. I would do anything for this girl. But is loving her through this too much to ask? It might be. Duck me, this sucks. It feels like my entire chest cavity has been hollowed out. I want to cry but I am so livid I cannot justify it. Too long, didn't read I suspected my GF of cheating and then got a confession from the guy via FB message. She denies it. Can't trust anyone. Okay, so did she claim that he was trying to sabotage the relationship but she continued to hang out and go running with him? If someone was trying to sabotage my relationship I would absolutely have nothing to do with them and I would avoid that person at all costs. If she hasn't ceased all contact with him then I think you have a major red flag to say the least. Honestly, in my experience, it's always good to go with your gut. Even if she isn't cheating, something about this girl makes you distrust her. You really shouldn't be in a relationship with someone if you can't trust them.